Good evening. The day of the February 6th meeting has been called to order at 6:30 p.m. We will now have the Pledge of Allegiance with Commissioner Schooley.
Commissioners, please turn your mics on. And if you would please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will now have roll taken by Staff Coordinator Francine Spriegel.
Commissioner Boyajian.
here.
Commissioner Brousseau.
Here.
Commissioner Bryman.
Here.
Commissioner Cutler-Dye. Commissioner Lederer.
Here.
Commissioner Lee is absent. Commissioner Leone.
Here.
Commissioner George McGuigan.
Here.
Commissioner Jed McGuigan.
Here.
Commissioner Sauté is absent. Commissioner Schooley.
Here.
Commissioner Slavenites.
Here.
Commissioner Stein is absent. Adult Commissioner Nalbandian.
Here.
And Adult Commissioner Petrus is absent. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask Commissioner Bryman to introduce the public comments portion of our meeting.
This is the time in our meeting when we invite members of the public to state their concerns about youth-related issues in our city or to present items for commission consideration. I would like to call on John Brooks from the City of Thousand Oaks to talk about the recycling mascot contest. Will you please come to the podium?
Need to worry about them. I'm John Brooks with the City of Thousand Oaks, and appreciate your having me here today and the work that many of you have been doing on our behalf, helping us to promote the recycling mascot contest at the Conejo Valley Unified School Districts. As I hope all of you have seen on your campuses, there are some very large displays on the campuses. They're actually about 6 foot tall, and they would have all of these characters on them. So right now we're doing a recycling mascot contest, and we're getting the votes in, and it's going really well. One of them is just taking a spectacular nosedive and just falling off the charts, and that really is bottle and can over here. Just no love for bottle and can. So we've taken them off the list, and it's amazing though. The remaining 3 are extremely tight. There's only 2 votes difference between Servi and Rita. And now that we're doing advertising on the Facebook, about 200% of the votes are going for Cyclops. So we're going to find out what happens there. And more importantly, for some, we've actually been doing a contest where, to promote the Facebook contest, we're advertising some gift cards for those that are voting. So Thursday, we're going to be at Westlake High School at lunchtime, giving out gift cards to a few that have already won and some that will be winning there. On Friday, we'll be at Thousand Oaks High School and Newbury Park High School at lunchtime again, and Monday at Sycamore, and then we're going to be also going to Sequoia, and hopefully the other schools too, if some of the students win. So if you want to go on to our CVUSDrecycles.org website, and there's also a link over there to our Facebook site. There's opportunities to vote for your favorite recycling mascot. So instead of having the adults choose it, we're hoping that all the students will get that out there. And see these bright green designer shirts. We'll be wearing these, so we'll be easy to spot out on your campuses. So come on over, say hello, and potentially win a gift card. And love to see you all out there, and give us some Facebook loving. Anything, questions, or? All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you. And thank you, Commissioner Bryman. Now I would like to call on Commissioner Cutler-Dye to introduce the guest speakers.
Tonight we have the pleasure to hear from Kathy Lowry. Since 2008, Kathy Lowry has been the City of Thousand Oaks Bicycle Coordinator, in which she implements the Bike Safe program along with many other tasks. Her goal is to create more bicycle and pedestrian opportunities in the city for all of the citizens. Today she will be updating us on the Lynn Road Bike Lane project and safe routes to school lighted crosswalks.
Hey. Hello, I'm Kathy Lowry. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak tonight. I will be, as she said, talking about the Lynn Road Bike Lanes project as well as the 6 lighted crosswalks. So The Lynn Road Bike Lane project started in 2005 when the city adopted this bicycle master plan. And what the bicycle master plan does, it sets forth priorities for creating bike lanes and bike paths in the city. And if you can see, even though it's kind of far away on this, the bicycle master plan, mostly all the routes that we have in the city are red, and those are the bike lanes on the street. It's like a 5-foot area on the street that has a white line, and it's signed and striped for bike lanes. There's some bike paths like that go through Canal Creek South that are completely off-road, and there's bike routes where it's just a sign that directs you where you should ride, so maybe you don't ride into a cul-de-sac. But the city's really trying to put as many bike lanes on the street as possible. So you can see on this graphic, this is the part that shows where Lynn Road, at the very west end of the city in Dos Vientos, you can ride a bike lane all the way to the 101 freeway, and then it disappears until you get to Arbalest. Then you can take Arbalest all the way out to the Simi Valley city limit. So there's a section in the middle of the city, about 2 miles, that you can't ride on a designated bike lane, and it's a really popular road that cyclists like to ride on. And you should probably aware there's a lot of traffic on Lynn Road, and they go really fast, and there's a lot of curves. So this is the number one priority in the city's master plan, to put bike lanes, and we would have put them there if it wasn't so challenging and so expensive. So that's why it's taken so long to have them get this far in the process. The bike lane project has 3 parts of it. If you start at Hillcrest, there's a section that goes to Gainsborough that has 3 lanes going north and south. And then when you get to Gainsborough and Camino Manzanas, there's another section that has 2 lanes, but it has really wide lanes. And then from Camino Manzanas, that's where like Madronia School is, if you're not familiar with Camino Manzanas, up to Arbalest, you have 2 lanes in each direction, a really wide median. And so that's another different design of the road. So this one little 2-mile section of the road has 3 different designs. So the first thing, so kind of part of this presentation is kind of walk you through the process of how we do things. So we have a master plan that says let's build bike lanes. We know what the road looks like, that we're going to need a pretty complicated design, and we're going to have to figure out how we're going to pay for it. So part of my job is try to find money. And so I was able to acquire 3 grants for this city. The first one is this high priority grant. It comes from the federal government, and it's basically the federal government saying, we support bike lanes in cities. We don't know what you're going to do with the money exactly, but we'll give the city some money to build bike lanes. So I wrote a grant, and the federal government awarded us $409,000. Then the state has a grant that says if you build bike lanes and people ride to work, we'll give you money. So I had to write a grant that showed if you put bike lanes on Lynn Road, people that drive to Amgen or Baxter or other places would not drive in their cars, they would ride their bikes. So we're awarded $450,000 from the state. Then there's another grant called Congestion Mitigation or Quality that says if you can show by getting people out of their cars and into bikes, then you'll have less pollution, we'll give you money to do that. So I was able to show that in a grant, and we were awarded $665,000. So this was great. This is a whole lot of money to build bike lanes, $1.5 million. So we're able to say, okay, we have this money, so let's now design it, because you don't want to design a project if you don't have any money to build it. So we start looking at the design, and I'm just going to briefly go through, just if you're driving north. And north is if you started at the mall and went towards the hospital. That's northbound. And this is the north section. So this is kind of by Los Robles Hospital. And you can see there's 2 lanes, and there's this median that has all this dirt. So what we're going to be able to do is pave some of the dirt area. People will then drive more towards the median, then we can stripe the bike lane next to the sidewalk. Then the middle area, you can see how really wide this area is next to the sidewalk. So we can just, in that area, just stripe a bike lane there. Doesn't really look like it should cost $1.5 million to do that, does it? And then there's this section down here, which is the south section. So if you're coming across Hillcrest, so you've passed the mall, you have 3 lanes in front of you. And then the lane that's right next to the sidewalk is the one that goes up and becomes a right turn lane into Gainsborough. So we went out there and observed the traffic, and what happens there is that nobody drives in this this one lane that turns into Gainsborough right turn pocket, because as you cross the intersection, you know that lane's going to disappear unless you have to turn right, And there's so many cars in the other two lanes, nobody lets you merge in. So everyone just always gets in the other two lanes. So what we're able to do, because nobody really uses this lane, is we're going to get rid of it, and we're going to stripe it for a bike lane. And half of it's going to be a bike lane, and the other half doesn't really show on this graphic at all, that it'll be hatched, so that people will not be able to drive in this lane at all, which has the potential to really make people upset when we do this, because they'll sit at the intersection and not see any cyclists and think, wow, we don't get to drive in that lane, without really thinking I never drove in that lane anyway, because it becomes a right turn pocket. But this design went to our city council and it was approved, but this will potentially be pretty controversial. So when it happens and you guys are driving on it, don't get upset. Just think, oh yeah, I never drove in that lane anyway. So the way the schedule works, and again, 2005, we did this master plan, and then the engineering firm we hired started thinking about different ways to design it. And in May, the city council accepted the design. And so that once they accept the design, then the consultants go back and kind of sharpen their pencils to make it perfect. And it was completed in March 2012. So then the plans are complete, and the council says, okay, you can now send these plans out to bid and have different construction companies bid on it. And which they did, and the way it works at the city, everyone submits these bids in sealed envelopes to our city clerk's office, and at 5 o'clock on a Friday, they open up all the envelopes, and then they rank them most expensive to least expensive, and the cheapest one wins, as long as it's a good bid. And so in December, the lowest bid was received, and then next month it'll go to council, and that construction company will actually get the award and the contract to build it. Then hopefully by April they'll start the construction, and then when school starts in the fall it'll be done. And see, I talk as fast as possible. So hope everyone got everything I said. So this project, which is way too much information on this screen, but it's just to talk a little bit about our lighted crosswalk projects. And we have 6 lighted crosswalks. You might be familiar. There's a lighted crosswalk across from Kalina. There's one out in Newbury Park on Lynn Road. We're going to build 6 more of them. But it's been taking years and years for us to collect the money from grant money to build these lighted crosswalks. So there's going to be just the schools, I'll just name them, that will be benefit schools. Like Maple will get one, Aspen, Glenwood, Acacia, Redwood, Wildwood. And there's currently one. So the most important one here that's kind of interesting is the one by Aspen. We're not just building a lighted crosswalk. We're going to take the crosswalk and raise it like a speed hump and flatten it out on top. So we'll have the speed hump that people have to drive over that's actually a crosswalk with blinking lights and everything on it. And that's just a picture of what the one looks out on Lynn at Knollwood. That's one out in Newbury Park. So these projects aren't cheap, but by doing them all together, we save a lot of money. So over the years, we now we have a project. These crosswalks will cost $700,000, but we have enough grant money that it's going to pay for $600,000 of it, as well as there's grant money to pay for $50,000 of education, because you don't really want to build these things if kids really don't know how to use them or their parents aren't comfortable with it, as well as learning how to bike and walk to school safely. So there's a whole education program that'll be implemented after the crosswalks are built. So just the way this schedule works, we in 2005 I started applying for grants to get the crosswalks, and our last grant was awarded in 2011, so we started designing it, and they were done this past April. We awarded the contract to the construction company in September, and they all should be done by this June. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes.
How is the education program going to work for the little elementary schoolers?
It was really fun because, again, I work in public work, so that's not my specialty. So I've hired a nonprofit company that's all they do is educate children on safety. And like the kindergartens through second graders have magicians teach them safety, like they talk at their level. The older kids do Jeopardy games, and then they do real life bike rodeos. And then the middle school kids have bike rodeos during their PE classes. Yes.
What sparked your interest in these type of programs and building bike lanes, all of that?
It's a combination. Our city's built out, so we don't have any more development planning as we used to have. You know, Dos Vientos is built out, Lang Ranch area is built out, but there seemed to be a need to have more bicycling, and really nationally, it's really taken off. So it's how the city changes people's jobs and work duties to what's becoming more funded. There's a lot more money in it, and it needed to be done. Yes?
I was just curious as to whether biking on the sidewalk was illegal.
It's not illegal in the city of Thousand Oaks. We have several ordinances that support that anyone, any age, can ride a bicycle on the sidewalk. What it does say is you have to ride in the same direction as traffic. So if you come out of your neighborhood and your school's to the right, but you don't live that way, you actually would have to cross the street and ride your sidewalk the other way. So you can ride on the sidewalks, but you have to ride in the same direction the traffic's going.
On what day do you see the most bicyclists? Like weekends, weekdays?
Probably number-wise, and it's really interesting, is probably Sunday in the city. We're almost an international hub for cycling, and as people drive around the city and you see groups of cyclists, it's very likely they're from Germany or Italy. There's people that come from all over the world to cycle, as well as all the local cycling groups, and then the parents and their kids also cycle. So Sunday's probably, and that's also the day there's less traffic on the streets. Well, no more questions. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you once again to our guest speaker, Kathy Lowry from the City of Thousand Oaks. Now, in addition to being an advisory body to City Council, the Youth Commission also appoints commissioners to act as liaisons to various youth organizations. One of these is the Thousand Oaks Library Teen Advisory League, and we'll have Commissioner Ryan Letter to introduce.
This is a portion of our meeting when we invite members of the Thousand Oaks Library to come and speak to us about what they're doing. Do we have any representatives here today? Okay, we'll just continue to the next portion of our meeting, which is having representatives from ASG groups from our local schools to come and talk to us about what they're doing. So first we have Grace and Grace from Kalina. If you would come up, please.
Hello, I'm Grace for Talaheka.
And I'm Grace Mazio.
And we're from Kalina Middle School. So on January 30th, we held the elections for the second term of the year, which is from February to the end of the school year, June. And we tried something new this time, and we broadcasted them over the TVs through the classrooms. And that worked out pretty well. Allison Weisenfeld is our new president, and April Ball is the new vice president. And then we are also selling Valentine grams to celebrate Valentine's Day, and they were sold starting Tuesday and will go to the 12th of February, and we will deliver them on the 14th. And you can either buy a Valentine gram with M&Ms for $1 or a stuffed animal and a Valentine gram for $3. And then the talent show is coming up on February 24th, and students of all grade levels were able to audition last week and the week before, and the postings were up on Monday.
This last Monday, February 4th, Kalina Middle School attended Thousand Oaks High School to learn about leadership. ASG students from Thousand Oaks High were our group leaders, and we learned some new things from high school. We were separated into groups and other kids from different schools in the district, and we learned new ways to get involved with fun activities, and we also met new kids along the way. Also this Friday, February 8th, Kalina will be hosting our very own Valentine's Day dance, which is the theme Hyperglow Just Dance. It is a neon blacklight dance, and we will have a candy buffet, strawberry sundaes, game carts, and more. Also, we have door decorating happening this week to display the theme of the dance, and the winning classroom receives a free bag of candy to all the students in the class. Today, during our ASB class, Westlake High ASG students came and taught us how to do rallies, and then the whole school came together and Westlake put on their very own rally for us with the theme Hunger Games. We played many games, including Fling the Chicken and shoe races, but it also got the entire school more spirited and involved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Katie Owens from Newberry Park to come and speak to us.
Hello, I'm Katie Owens from Newberry Park High School, and we have our Sadie Hawkins Winter Formal coming up this February 9th at 7 in the Newberry Park Gym. Sadie Hawkins, for those of you who don't know, is where girls ask guys. It's been very interesting to watch. Second of all, school sense. I'll keep it short. Turn in receipts to the office or the resource center. We get money. Woo! Dance for Hope is February 23rd at 6:30, also in Newberry Park, and it's a $6 donation. Come support. It's a great cause. The talent show is coming soon in March. Looking forward to see some great new outstanding talents. And shout out to girls basketball team as well as girls and boys soccer for being candidates for CIF. So keep winning those games and we might just win CIF. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Thank you. Now we have Emily Lamb from Ascension Lutheran School.
Good evening, Commissioners, and thank you for inviting us here tonight to share the events and happenings at Ascension Lutheran School. I am Emily Lamb, the Student Body President of Ascension Lutheran School. Ascension Lutheran School is dedicated to nurturing each student, providing academic excellence, and creating bold, compassionate leaders who inspire and serve others in their walk with Jesus Christ.
Hi, I'm TJ Cohen, and I'm the Student Body Vice President at Ascension Lutheran School. Our school vision statement is that we as a student council are asked to always keep in mind as we work with the student body as a whole. We have just completed the first half of the year. The academic excellence of the school was celebrated at an honor roll breakfast. 90% of our upper division has achieved this goal of being on honor roll. An exciting new addition to this year has been on our one-on-one iPad program for the 8th grade. We have many different apps we are using, including Dropbox and an ALS email account. The way we lead is by last year when we were able to grow in our leadership by mentoring and reaching out to Ramona Elementary, our sister school in Oxnard. This year we have connected by collecting and delivering over 100 shoes. But our favorite is probably our chapel buddies who we spend time with each Wednesday. These students are 4 and 5 years old, as well as kindergartners and first graders. In November, each student council officer hosted a table at our leaders' luncheon where we had 20 community leaders and staff that shared their stories about leadership and service. The way we inspired is by having fun. We created a carnival, which we both worked at and had a great time at. October was our trunk or treat, where we had over 25 parents who decked out their cars, from a mad scientist decor to a Mario game setup. Student council then judged the trunks and awarded prizes for lots of creative categories. In November, we did our annual fun run, and we raised over $18,000, which we used to pay off our new gym floor and to purchase Apple TV for the classrooms. This last weekend, we had to lead in worship in 4 different church services as we celebrated Lutheran Schools Week.
We serve by sharing with some service projects we have been involved in. This year, we have been involved in an African project in Kakuma, where we are helping to furnish a school. We have raised over $1,500, which will purchase chairs and desks, as well as school supplies. As a school, we spent November 29th without power in order to increase our one awareness. We learned a lot through that day. I have left some information on the table if any of you or your schools would like to participate. We've also took 2 weeks collecting Toys for Tots at Christmas time. We are in partnership with Paula Phillips, who has a program called Right Road Kids. The month of January, we were asked to collect 800 boxes of crayons for students in need throughout Ventura County, and through much perseverance and cheerleading, we made it. It seems we have an abundant amount of opportunities to serve these days, which truly makes us grow. Next week, we will be delivering 200 Valentines to the elderly, and our 5th grade will be singing songs to them from some old favorite Broadway hits. We will also be hosting an old-fashioned sock hop for the whole student body on Valentine's Day with root beer floats and a DJ. Thank you again for including us in the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission. It has been exciting to hear and learn from each of you as you have talked about the work of the Commission and the happenings in your different schools. We look forward to coming back. Good night.
Thank you. Now we have Colton Bourne and Jonathan Bryman from Los Cerritos to come to speak to us.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bryman.
Hi, I'm Colton Bourne. We're from Los Cerritos Middle School.
And our leadership students have been giving live announcements in classrooms to spread the word about our Valentine's Grams and events. We are having a school-wide event, which is our Valentine's Dance, where roundtable pizza will be served, and we will have a giant inflatable. In December, the Westlake Chorus visited to sing holiday classics. We also had an inspirational speaker come to our school named Jesse Billauer, who spoke about his everyday challenges and told us to be grateful for what we have. We are having a talent show this coming month, and students have been auditioning in the last month.
Our leadership students participated in the Spirit Night, which was held at the Teen Center. At Spirit Night, students participated in activities while pairing up with other schools to compete. Leadership students are also having a coming up opportunity to participate in the crop walk and raise money to build wells for fresh water for Africa. We had a parent night info night for incoming 6th grade parents where we showed them around the school and teachers talked about what the children will be learning in the upcoming year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Ulysses Sklavenides from Westlake High.
Good evening. My name is Ulysses Sklavenides, and I'm a freshman at Westlake High School. First off, I would like to thank and congratulate the Westlake High School Academic Decathlon for winning the district competition. Good luck at the state. Another congratulations to those who made it on the track and field team. This week at lunch, we are selling roses at the Wigwam in the Wigwam in honor of Valentine's Day. Do not forget to wear pink and red on the 14th. There will be no school on February 15th and the 18th. On February 20th, there will be a meeting for parents of incoming students. On February 22nd, we'll be having our Winter Talent Rally. If you're interested in joining ASG, come to room 31L at lunch on February 26th. Come and support the Corps on Westlake on February 28th for their annual concert. Lastly, if you're interested in watching seniors perform on stage, come at the Anatomy Talent Show on March 8th at 6 p.m. It's sure to be a blast. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Paige Creason from Sequoia Middle School.
Hello? Okay. Hello, my name is Paige Creason, and I'm representing Sequoia Middle School. Starting off this update, I'm going to be talking about events that have recently happened at Sequoia. First, on January 11th, we had our annual middle school Spirit Night from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the Teen Center. This year, we were not competing with our schools. We were joining together as Caneo Unified School District. On January 25th, we had our Fire and Ice social and dance. The 6th graders could come from 3:15 to 4:30, and then we had the 7th and 8th grade dance from 6 to 8. It was a brand new theme, and we are also selling new things as well, like milkshakes. All went well, and the students liked the change. Also, from January 29th to February 5th, we have the Teens for Jeans drive. Students could bring new or used jeans to the front office, and then they would get a 25% discount at Aeropostale. Some current events happening at Sequoia are Manna. Our annual school Manna is here. It is happening from February 4th to the 19th. Bring in Manna foods to your homeroom class for Cody to receive points. All Manna food is being donated when the drive is over, so don't forget. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Currently, we are selling Valentine grams in the upper quad. We are selling 75 cents for a pencil and a gram, and for $1, we are selling a pencil, a gram, and a piece of candy. Grams are being sold from now till the 13th and being delivered on the 14th of January. This Friday is our annual PTA fashion show. So come on out to Sequoia in the auditorium and see and see models and dancers walk down that runway. This is happening from 7 to 9 p.m. And lastly, some future dress-up days that we are having at Sequoia are we are having wear white, pink, or red on February 14th. We are continuing to put on new events and raise school spirit at Sequoia Middle School. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you to all the representatives who came to speak. I'd like to turn the meeting over to Commissioner Boyajian.
Hello, everyone. My name is Commissioner Boyajian, and I'm here representing the Teen Center Advisory Committee. And I'm going to talk about some things that have been going on at the Teen Center in the past 2 months. So first off, we've had 3 separate dances for 7th and 8th graders this month. First in December was our holiday dance. We had our New Year's Eve dance on, you guessed it, New Year's Eve, and we had our winter dance on January 19th. These dances continue to be very successful, and they bring in over 600 teens at each dance. On December 1st, we held our annual Battle of the Bands for high school students. The event drew about 350 teens, and it was judged by industry professionals and a contestant from The Voice on MVC. And finally, on January 11th, the Teen Center hosted its annual Middle School Spirit Night. The event drew 900 middle school students from the 5 area schools. Kids participated in relay races, tug-of-war, and a group cheer, and they also enjoyed a slideshow to wrap up the conclusion of the evening. Also, this month, we had a CSF benefit concert from a club on campus at TOHS and a parent-teen pool tournament. And on a final note, our winter program season is underway. Teens can come to the center and learn a new skill like computer building or pick up a new hobby like guitar. We just hit over 3,500 likes on Facebook, so make sure you go like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Thousand Oaks Teen Center. On a similar note, we are developing a new website that will go live soon. The new site will streamline popular features, add a youth flair, and make the Teen Center stand out as part of a great place that it already is. That's all for now. Thank you. And back to Chair Sklavanidis.
Thank you, Commissioner Boyajian and Commissioner Letter. The next part of the agenda is project activities and reports. The Youth Commission undertakes a number of projects during the year, and I will introduce Commissioner Jed McWegan for the Youth Implementation Team updates.
All right, so our last meeting went pretty well, and I'm just going to call on each leader. I'm going to call each committee out, and the leader will give a brief summary of what happened at the last meeting. So we'll start off with the Empowerment Committee with Commissioner Leone.
Hi, I'm Commissioner Leone. This month with the Empowerment Committee, we've been finishing up our Girls in Power. We're working with Girls in Power and founder Melinda Crown in order to help girls develop goal setting as well as kind of get to know themselves and their self-esteem. So our first group of girls graduated last month, and we're getting our applications in for our next group of girls that we're going to be working with. So when the workshops start up again in February, our girls are going to be actually hands-on working with the girls in the program this time. So we're really happy to be doing that. So we're working with Melinda Crown, and we are putting our girls through some training programs and some mentoring programs in order to help out our applicants the best we can. So we're really excited about that. We're helping Melinda with our clubs on campus. So our Sycamore Canyon Middle School Club is up and running, and they've been meeting on a weekly basis with Melinda, as well as our Instagram has been booming lately, which our implementation plan is helping Girls in Power run. So we're doing really well. That's all.
All right, thanks for that update. Now can we have the Environmental Committee with Commissioner Brousseau?
So as you may or may not know, the city received a grant this year to promote recycling in the CVUSD schools, and we've been working closely with the Public Works Department to improve and spread the word about recycling. To do this, we have a Facebook page, as Mr. Brooks mentioned, at CVUSD Recycles, so go ahead and like that for information. And you can also visit cvusdrecycles.org to hear more about anything that I might speak about tonight. As Mr. Brooks said again, the mascot contest is underway, and there's 3 mascots now that are competing to become the recycling mascot for our district. So if you'd like to vote for that, there's posters all around the CVUSD schools that have information, and you can vote on the Facebook page of the website. We've also been working recently with a marketing class at CLU who's looking into a school recycling class project for its coming semester. So at our upcoming implementation meeting, which you're welcome to attend on February 13th at 6 p.m. in the community room, we'll be working with them as a focus group to help them come up with ideas for their next class. And right now I'm going to move over to the other desk to show you a picture of the most exciting project that I think we are currently up to. So I brought with me a picture of this huge bottle that our speaker tonight, Katie, was helping with. She's in the photo. A recent audit of the CVUSD schools found that every day Westlake, TO, and Newbury Park produce about 1,300 bottles, a little bit over that. So we glued together in a tedious process over 1,300 bottles in this huge water bottle to represent how much impact we do have as an environmental organization. And we are going to display this bottle at all 3 high school campuses and hopefully the middle school campuses, which we've gotten approval for. And I will be attending the City Council meeting on February 19th to give a schedule of where the bottle will be. So if you'd like to see it, we can go ahead and do that. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Those bottles were all recycled, and MPHS, the Recycling Club at MPHS was generous enough to donate those, so we thank them for that. And we'd like to thank TO Signs for donating some of the materials that helped us build the project.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Brousseau. So now we'll have the Resources Committee with Chair Sklavenitis.
So we're very excited. Excuse me. We're hopefully going to open on March 6th at the Thousand Oaks Mall. So right now we're currently continuing to compile our data, and also we're trying to make sure that everything on the website is up and running, just clicking through the links to make sure everything is functioning properly. So that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chair Sklavenitis. So now we'll have Drugs and Alcohol Committee with Commissioner George McGuigan.
Thank you. So we had a very busy month with our drugs and alcohol group. We're working with a program called Straight Up Ventura, and they're holding reality parties at several locations in Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley, and Newbury Park. And what this is we have teen actors who portray scenes from a house party and voice the concerns of various teens and adults throughout the district. And after each tour, we facilitate community dialogue with a panel of police resource officers who discuss ways we can change, this kind of teen behavior. And then we have parents, suggest various solutions and kind of just bring awareness. So we had a party on February 2nd that I helped or that I volunteered at. And it was one of the greatest volunteering experiences I've ever had the pleasure of being part of. So, for youth that are interested, that are above the age of 15, please get in contact us through straightupvc.com. There are links there where you can sign up and become a volunteer. I heavily encourage that. That was so much fun. And unfortunately, we're fully booked for all the parents who would like to participate. But we're hoping to get some more parties possibly in coming months. So be on the lookout for that. And thank you.
All right, thank you for that update again. Okay, so now can we have Commissioner Bryman do the Recreation Committee's update?
So on the Recreation Committee, we're planning a teen movie night that is going to be on March 15th. And it's going to take place at the Teen Center, and the movie that we've chosen to watch is The Avengers. There's also going to be pizza and movie-themed snacks like candy and popcorn at the movie night, and we're also going to have a small donation to Mana at the door. That's it.
All right, so if you are at all interested in being a part of this implementation plan process, you can join any of these committees. And our next meeting is actually next week, next Wednesday, at the TO Library. So, yep, we really appreciate if you guys can come out. It's actually a lot of fun, and it's for a very good cause. So thanks. Oh, yeah. So if you have any questions about the implementation plan, you can email us at youthcommission@toaks.org or call us at 805-449-2743. Oh. 381-7642 is the actual number. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner McGuigan. Now we will have Commissioner Leone with the therapeutic dance.
Hi again. So we will be hosting our annual therapeutic dance for young adults in our community with functional disabilities. And this year our theme is Welcome to the Jungle. And it'll be on March 9th, 2013 from 6 to 9:30 p.m. at the Alex Fiore Thousand Oaks Teen Center. It is $5 admission, but scholarships are available, so we'd love it if you could come. So our committees have been working really hard, our decorations and food and photos, publicity and entertainment committees. So we're trying really hard to get our donations in from local vendors, as well as everything planned out for the dance so that we make sure it's a lot of fun. So we hope to see you there, and we're really excited.
Thank you, Commissioner Leone. Now we will have Commissioner Boyajian with the Youth Recognition Report.
Hello, everyone. So the 2013 Youth Recognition Awards are going to be held on May 16th at 6:30 p.m., and we are currently accepting nominations right now. Organizations and local schools are welcome to nominate students who our youth volunteers who make a difference in our community. So nominations are going to be accepted from January 1st, 2013, and they must be received by March 8th. So you could visit www.toaks.org/youth to find a link to find applications. Please make sure you submit your application soon. It's a really great award ceremony, and we love to show all of our youth how much we appreciate them. So please make sure you nominate. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Boyajian. Now I would like to introduce Commissioner Schooley with commissioner comments.
So this is the last portion of our meeting where commissioners can provide any information or comments or announcements, which no action by the commission will be taken. So at this time, are there any commissioner comments? Commissioner Russo.
Just a few things. First of all, remember to like the Youth Commission on Facebook, and you can also like the CVUSD Recycles page for more information on that program. And just a little bit more information about how you can be involved with the therapeutic dance. As Commissioner Leone said, it's a dance for people over the age of 13 with functional disabilities. If you'd like to have a participant, you can call the CRPD Therapeutic Unit at 381-2739 or go to their website and use the registration number 4506.1131. And if you'd like to volunteer or give a donation to the dance because it's such a great program, you can contact our liaison Francine Spriegel at 381-7362 or at youthcommission@toaks.org. Thank you.
Chair Sklavenides.
I would also, like to congratulate the Westlake High School Academic Decathlon team once again. They won first place in the district, and they will be moving on to the state competition, so we wish them good luck. Thank you.
Anyone else? No? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Some high schools are starting their new term, so I just wanted to wish everybody good luck and seize the opportunity to have a good fresh start this term.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Schooley. And before I adjourn this meeting, I just have some reminders. Our next implementation meeting is February 13th at the Thousand Oaks Library at 6 p.m. So if you have any friends or any family members who you know would like to volunteer, we strongly encourage them to come out and help us. It's lots of fun, and they get to pick whatever committee they want to be on. And also, the city currently has a program called Reality Parties going on. There is one on February 23rd and another one on March 9th. And this is just for a way for parents to get acquainted with what goes on at teen parties. And lastly, I encourage all school counselors to get their youth recognition applications in by March 8th. So that being all, I would like to adjourn the February 6th meeting at 7:15.